What goes through your head when I say, what is the world's greatest game? Now, you could talk about sales, you could talk about popularity, but I want to talk about the love put into making the game itself. Now, there are tons of great games out there, and everyone is going to have an opinion. But I want to talk about a game that I feel like so many people ignore that haven't played it. Now, the reason I say it like that is because I was one of those people. And I've met countless other people that have said the exact same thing. The game I'm referring to is, of course, Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, there might be a lot of people confused with what I just said a second ago. I just want to explain. The reason it was hard for me to get into this game when I first started playing was because it was mad slow compared to what I was used to. I'm used to these fast-paced action adventure games, first-person shooters, any type of game that was faster than this. The slowest game I've ever played was Ghost of Tsushima, but at the same time, it was the first time I've ever played a samurai game like that, and the scenery was beautiful. Everything about it was a good first-time experience. The reason it was easier for me to get into the samurai game is, well, because I really liked samurais, and I also know so many other people that enjoy samurais. Now, I was never a huge fan of the Old West. I didn't care for cowboys, and I didn't really think that I was going to care enough about this game to play it, especially after playing the first 2 hours. Now, there are countless videos talking about how amazing this game is, and rightfully so. Now, I don't want to repeat a lot of the things that other people might say. To be honest, I haven't really watched too many of those other videos, but I'm sure I will end up saying a lot of the same things that other people have said. Reason being is because this game is so good that it's hard to deny all the great things about it. There are so many videos talking about the details in Red Dead Redemption 2. It's insane. Some of them are hours long, and it's just, that's how far the rabbit hole goes. Now, that might sound completely overwhelming to you, but all you have to know is you don't have to care about any of that stuff. But you might when you actually play this game. Now, like I said, the first time I ever played it, it was impossible for me to continue. For some reason, I just couldn't get into it. Like I keep saying, I thought it was super slow. And that is the case. It is a lot slower than what you're probably used to. And for me, it was a turnoff for so long. Transition to now, and it is my favorite game ever made. I'm not trying to have what I say be biased. I'm trying to be as open-minded as possible. For a while, my favorite game was God of War, the 2018 version, and then I played this like a year later, and I was just sitting here just in awe of how amazing this game is. One of my very first favorite experiences of this game was just listening to some of this dialogue. Now, it's really hard for me to adjust from a game where you're just action 24/7 to listening to a lot of dialogue. But what's different about this game is that the dialogue makes the game feel so much more alive.
Friend. Who are you?
A friend of mine.
Get off her. Or what exactly? You want to find out? You're making a big mistake, Tilly Jackson.
Just get lost.
I ain't doing this with you.
Go
right
wait with
now.
Uncle and Mary Beth. They're across the street.
Okay.
Something you'll instantaneously fall in love with is, of course, how beautiful this game is. Now, it is not even arguable that this game is gorgeous. I have unfortunately only been able to play this on console. I am super jealous of the people that have those high-end PCs. I know my brother does, and he was out here playing it, and I was looking at the game like, okay, that's not fair. Plus, he has 60 frames. He had more than 60 frames. I was a little upset, right? I was just sitting here, went back to my console, but hey, I gotta say, even on a PS5 playing a PS4 version of this game, because there is no upgrade, it puts me in awe every time I play this game. There is countless times I've just sat here in an open space wanting to just camp or take a picture. Now, some people won't be into that. You don't have to. There is a lot of gunplay, which, I mean, I can talk about all day.
I need to get up there.
Everyone is going to have their own style of play. The very first time I played this game, I had a mixed variety because I didn't really know how to play it efficiently, and that is entirely okay. I didn't even notice the difference the first time I played. But the more that you play, the more tricks that you'll start picking up, and the easier and the more fun the game is. Now, I want to say that's my opinion, but I've seen a lot of people say the same thing, where the more secrets you unlock, the more, again, tips and tricks that you learn. Like, for example, having unlimited ammo so you never have to reload. You're able to hunt a lot faster and skin the animal in a blink of an eye, or just going around the world and knowing where specific NPCs are to talk to them, to start a quest that you absolutely love.
For your money at the end of the week. I can't pay you in full for today, of course. The rest of you, stop gawking. Get back to work. Come on! And you there. Thanks for the help. You treat your workers like shit. It's none of your business how I run my site. That foreman's a real bastard, ain't he? Here, this should help you get back on your feet.
Thanks, mister. You're a good man. Oh.
Now, let's talk about my favorite thing in this entire game. As beautiful as the scenery is, as amazing as the dialogue is, I am in love with the gunplay. And like I said a minute ago, I am playing on console on 30 frames, and I'm bragging about how good the gunplay is. That should speak volumes about how fun this game can be. Also, don't let those 30 frames frighten you if you only play on console, because I can assure you that it will still feel super smooth. Now, again, I do think that the better experience overall could probably be on PC because of the higher quality settings and all that. But I promise you, I swear to God, right, the game is still just as amazing on console because it will be fun. It'll be your first time experiencing the game, and there's not like a super significant downgrade. The PC is just able to have a super significant upgrade. That's pretty much the only difference. I want to transition to what probably is one of the greatest scenes in gaming history. I know, super opinionated, this might lead to controversy, but this has got to be top 5. Top 3. Top 5 at least. My opinion, top 3. This scene that you're about to see right here has been one of my favorite things ever since I played this game.
Get down here now, you inbred trash!
What the hell do you want?
Easy, John.
We've come for the boy. You must have known we would.
Shouldn't have messed with our business now, should you?
Whatever complaint you have with us, alleged or otherwise, that is a young boy. That is not the way you do things. Hand him over.
Get the hell off our land!
If you ain't gonna be civilized about this.
And just like a strike of a match, everything happens so fast. A very common occurrence in this game. Another thing I ended up falling in love with. Now, do not get it confused when I say that this game is slow paced. It can still have its very fast moments. The reason I say it's slow paced is because personally me and so many other people ended up falling in love with the dialogue in this game. For the first time in like ever since I started playing video games, I wanted to listen to everything every character had to say. This is the type of game that made me believe in the Illuminati, because there's no way this game is this good. Of course I say that jokingly. I just feel really weird when I think about how or who I was before I played this game. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that it made me feel differently or it made me change my views on everything, right? To be fair, there are a lot of dialogue or story elements in this game that might, you know, make you think different morally. And I love when video games are able to get away with that. Rockstar, being Rockstar, can get away with practically everything. The thing I'm specifically talking about is how I ended up playing video games after beating this one. This game gave me a burning passion to want to go back to previous games I really loved and get that same fulfillment of finding small details I might have missed or experiencing something that I missed the first time around. Like I said, I'm a huge God of War fan. And to be completely honest, if somebody came up to me and said, hey, what game should I play? I never played Red Dead, I never played God of War, I'd probably tell them God of War. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from Red Dead, but God of War has a lot going for it. You have the one-shot camera angle, the amazing dialogue, the story, the combat. There's a lot going for it. But to be fair, I don't think that game is better. I can't say what game is better because that's really all preference based on, you know, what you like. To be completely fair to Red Dead, I feel like there is some maturity level that you have to really enjoy this game. I'm not saying you have to be a grown man, but if you're a 10-year-old kid choosing between this game or Minecraft, you'll probably have way more fun on Minecraft or Fortnite or whatever else, you know? This is, I think, a game for people that have the time to put into it, to enjoy, to get immersed, to fall in love with just single-player games.
This must be it. I can't see a goddamn thing. 1, 2, 3.
The open world that Rockstar has made for this game needs to be talked about until it's topped, and I don't think it ever will be. Now, I'm sure a lot of people's minds start gravitating to the thought of Elden Ring when talking about an open world concept, and rightfully so. I'm not going to sit here and argue about which one's better because on a scale perspective, I mean, Elden Ring is just unfathomable. That thing it's insane how huge and beautiful that game is, right? But for a game to be so immersive and have the map be kind of a character on its own is just breathtaking. There's so many times where you're just in a situation and you're just looking at beautiful picture moments, painting moments. You can't explain how beautiful some of the scenery is, the small little details. For example, when you're flying in clouds, or when you first load into the game and you come across something like this. And now for the last thing I want to talk about, which again, one of the greatest things in this game, and I say that wholeheartedly. I know I keep saying it's one of my favorites, and that's because it's almost impossible for me to really pick my favorite. And you guys will experience that if you play the game, and I'm sure if you've played the game, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. Anyway, it's exploring this amazing, beautiful world and always running into somebody to talk to or something to do that isn't out of your way. It's a fun experience, and you know, you'll remember a lot of different scenarios based off of what's happening. And it's also up to you on how you want to handle it. I love the good cowboy, bad cowboy dynamic, but I do recommend you getting the high honor, the good honor ending, because as somebody that has experienced all four, I do think that is the better ending. I will not sit here and tell you what to do, though. You know, you can do whatever you want. You know, it's just your experience. That's the one beautiful thing about video games. But man, you know the expression, "it's enough to make a grown man cry"? That needs to be put on the label, or at least somewhere in this game. You know, like, warning. This is what's gonna happen. Now, I'm sure there will be some people that don't feel anything towards the game. That's completely fine, right? But yeah, I will be lying if I told you that a tear or two didn't roll down when I knew it was coming to an end. And I didn't want it to end. I wanted to keep experiencing the game. And even after knowing everything, I still have had countless good experiences replaying the game over and over again. Now, I think I got to the point where I pretty much experienced everything. You know, if I haven't experienced it, I at least looked it up to kind of know what happens. But yeah, man, this game, 11 out of 10. It's so good. I recommend it for literally anybody and everybody. It's, again, I think I said this earlier, where it's like, I feel like there's like a maturity string attached to this. You know, I'm not saying that you'll be 13 and not like this, but the possibility of that I feel like is a lot higher when you're a lot younger. You know, and you know, you can also be older and absolutely hate this game. Who knows what you're into? I'm just saying, right, that I feel like the more mature you are, the more that you'll end up enjoying this game. Anyway, I'm your average gamer. If you enjoyed this video, a like, comment, sub would of course mean the world. And 100% comment down what your favorite game is. Tell me how you feel about this game. Let's just have a good conversation about video games. As always, I love y'all and I hope you guys stay smooth. Peace.